Stand for the United States of America, Pledge of Allegiance. Scout salute. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Scout salute. On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty, to guide my country, to obey the Scout law, to help other people at all times, keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. Scout salute for the laws. Scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, brave, clean, and reverent. While you're standing, I would like to introduce to you my Silver Beaver co-chair, Mr. Don G., who will lead us in the invocation. Don? In reverence. Most holy, we thank you for this day that we can come together to honor some of your children who have given much of themselves that others may benefit. We thank you for the day, the sunshine, the glory of your creation. We ask that you bless this ceremony and bless the people we honor and the people that they work through. Amen. Please be seated. Thank you, Don. To the Silver Beaver class of 2020, it was late in January. You either received a call or a personal meeting, perhaps, from one of the members of the Silver Beaver Committee. Perhaps it was Kathy, Greg, Chris, Martin, Don, or myself. It's a day you'll never forget. You'll probably never forget where you were when you found out this news. You'll never forget what you were doing. And as a matter of fact, COVID-19 was never even in our midst at that point. The next thing you may have thought of is, geez, can't wait for March for that fellowship dinner, which we all look forward to. March came and went. We then looked forward to last week's fellowship dinner in October. It came and went. But as I always say, when one thing hits in a negative way, another thing hits in a positive way. The year I received my Silver Beaver, I kind of would have preferred to have been right here, as a matter of fact. And I give a special thanks to our Silver Beaver recipient and honoree today, Bruce Dosher, because it was his idea. He reached out to the committee and said, how about we do it in camp and we're in Scout uniforms? And the committee thought it was a fantastic idea. We're all disappointed it didn't happen at the fellowship dinner. We're all disappointed the fellowship dinner didn't happen. But the good news is that when we can have the 2021 fellowship dinner, our Silver Beaver class of 2020 will certainly be recognized at that point. But you can understand to have 12 of the full ceremony would be a bit much. So we will have a recognition and a journal, and you'll be included in that as well. So today, as we gather to celebrate our Silver Beaver class of 2020, we celebrate all of us as Scouters. Who would have ever thought that we'd be here at camp doing this today on October 17th? As Scouters, we work together with a common goal, the goal of providing a personal development program to the Suffolk County youth to help them on the right path, the path of duty to self, duty to God, and duty to country. To be prepared and that we have some fun and fellowship with each other along the way. How would we describe what we do? Maybe it could be done in this way. Two Scouters were on the bank of a lake. Suddenly, they spotted one youth after another thrashing in the water. One by one, they got pulled out. No sooner was one youth beached than another one came thrashing around the bend in the lake. Then one Scouter said, let's go around the bend in the lake and find out what's pushing them in to see how we can stop this action and this behavior. Scouters are always heading upstream to address what's pushing our youth into deeper water. Teaching youth how to avoid and deal with the deep waters of life, not only through teaching safety afloat, but how to avoid deep water problems, how to work together, how to provide leadership, how to care and watch out for each other and anyone else they might deal with in their daily lives. Scouters also teach the importance of community. We often joke about it that it's just 1 hour per week. When you total up all the hours expended by our council scouters applied to the over 12,400 scouts and registered youth in our county, that 1 hour per week might be truer than we could ever think. Somehow, scouters find a way to volunteer additional hours to others in the community. They're individuals who achieve, helpful, and dedicated to the many causes. Not just scouting. They provide community volunteer work and leadership that addresses the needs of others. Make Long Island a better place to live and raise a family for all of us. Each of you gathered here today that have worked together in fellowship to accomplish great deeds we call in the scouting movement. That is what we celebrate today. We are a better community and nation because of your efforts and your leadership that you provide. And let us not forget and give thanks to our spouses and family who allow us and even sometimes even tolerate us coming out and giving to scouting. This is significant, gracious contributions to the goals of scouting in our community. For that, we thank all of you. We now today recognize 6 Suffolk County Council Silver Beaver Awards and recipients who have dedicated and distinguished themselves to the dedication to youth in our community. They've made a noteworthy, exceptional volunteer effort to the efforts of others. We honor them with the highest volunteer recognition a council can confer to a volunteer. 2020 marks 101 years of service to Suffolk County youth and the Long Island community. We've demonstrated that for over 100 years to serve other people at all times is a proactive, real concept. The National Council of the Boy Scouts of America recognizes that there are exceptional, noteworthy efforts by local council scouters who distinguish them with respect to the goals and ideals of scouting. That these individuals' exceptional efforts should be recognized and, more importantly, honored. So now we come together to recognize 6 scouters with the highest recognition and honor that we can with the 2020 Suffolk County Council Silver Beaver Award and recipients. I now turn the podium over to Silver Beaver Selection Committee Co-Chair Don G. for the presentation of the Silver Beaver to this year's recipients, and I also thank Don G. very much so for his service as the co-chair again this year. Don G.
Thank you, Mark. Good afternoon, all, and thank you for coming. The Silver Beaver is a National Council award administered and awarded by local councils. This year, Suffolk County Council can award 6 Silver Beavers based on the number of registered units as of December 31st, 2019. The National Council has 3 levels of recognizing exceptional scouting volunteers. At the highest level is the Silver Buffalo, awarded for service to the National Council. Next, there is the Silver Antelope for outstanding service at the regional level. Suffolk County Council has had 4 recipients of the Silver Antelope: Howard Dershowitz, Rudy Santoro, Brian McAuliffe, and Bob Koch. Brian, and I don't know if Bob is here. Third, there is the Silver Beaver, and previously the Silver Fawn, awarded to women and merged into the Silver Beaver as a unified recognition. There have been 562 Suffolk County Council recipients of these awards since 1931. Would all the Silver Beaver recipients present please stand and remain standing for just a moment, please? As I said, please remain standing. Please remain standing if you would. We now add 6 more Silver Beaver honorees to the Suffolk County Council honor roll. Christian Bazanka, who could not be here today, and his Silver Beaver will be awarded at his troop. Sharon Canarella, Peter D'Ambrosio, Bruce Dosher, Joseph Fatuzzo, and Christopher O'Connor. To today's honorees, the past recipients who have preceded you are the company you are about to join. Consider the impact they have had on Suffolk County's youth and community. They've given mightily of themselves as you have, and took on the additional role, as you are about to, of inspiring others to service. To put it another way, the ceremony is not an ending, but a new beginning. To all others gathered here today, do not forget that you are a part of today's recognitions. Scouting is a group effort. Our individual actions collectively add up to the youth development and good deeds we do. Thank you to all of our honorees. Please be seated. Let's take a moment to recognize and thank this year's Silver Beaver Selection Committee, too, for their efforts in the selection of this year's honorees. Greg Aylmer, Chris Beard, back there. Stand up, guys, come on. Martin Minogue, Kathy Westrich, who isn't here, and our ever-present scouter, Mark Bazinski. Please be seated. Our thanks to Ryan Bernardo as the selection committee and professional advisor, and a very special thank you to Lauren Vlachos, standing in the corner, our Suffolk County Council Assistant Scout Executive and Chief Operations Officer, for all her hard work to make this day possible here at Baiting Hollow. Now, by the authority of the National Council Boy Scouts of America, I declare this Court of Honor for the express purpose of awarding Suffolk County Council's 2020 Silver Beaver Awards to be convened. Council Commissioner Tim Green, Mark Bazinski, and I will make the formal presentation of the Silver Beaver to each honoree. As each recipient is called, they will be escorted to the front. They will be presented with a miniature silver beaver suspended on a blue and white ribbon, a silver beaver certificate authenticated by the National Council, and a silver beaver knot to be worn on their uniform. In a unique Suffolk County Council tradition, each recipient has been asked to write about their most memorable scouting experience, which will be read during the presentation. It is now my distinct pleasure to present for recognition each of the Suffolk County Council Silver Beaver honorees, class of 2020. Our first honoree, a very good co-worker and fellow wood badger, who I've gotten to know and respect quite a bit, Sharon Canarella. She's here with her husband, John. Her escorts will be her children, Rosemary, a Girl Scout Gold Award recipient and BSA member, a member of BSA Crew 762, and an Eagle Scout and OA Vigil I'm going to get this out. OA Vigil Honor member son. Her reader is going to be daughter Rosemary. Is that correct, Sharon?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
What Frank is going to say is mask down, mask down. Okay?
Okay.
Okay?
We got the mask down.
Okay, mask down.
I'll get mine all the way off. John's on the floor.
Don't talk, don't breathe.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm supposed to be reading? For those of us involved as adult leaders in the scouting program, especially as a parent, there is simply no way to select a single event and call it the most memorable. As I sat down and attempted to decide which event met this criteria, I came to understand that a more fitting description would be to call it my memorable theme of observing the moments of success. You know, those instances when you realize that someone did it, accomplished their goal, and looked around with pride shining in their eyes. These are the moments we live for, the moments that make all the time and effort we put into this wonderful program worthwhile. My daughter, Rosemary, a member of Crew 762 and a Gold Award recipient in the Girl Scouts, has always succeeded in school and the most things she participated in. However, she always had trouble with bullies. During her first year in college, there was lots of drama in her dorm, but I watched her confidence grow, to hold her head high and rise above it all to succeed. I was so proud to see how strong she had become, able to stand up for herself without tearing anyone else down. How could that not be a memorable moment? Then there is, of course, my son John, the Eagle Scout and OA Vigil Honor member, who has been in this program since the Cub Scouts. There have been countless memorable moments over the years as I have watched him grow and mature and turn into the fine young man he is today. His experiences in scouting have instilled in him the attributes of leadership and perseverance. It is so wonderful to watch him lead a group of scouts through a troop meeting or some other outing. It is amazing to see how he can go from being the intense leader and guide of younger scouts to the laughing, fun-loving friend of his peers. What can ever compare to seeing that look of pride as he passed his Eagle Board of Review and then being accepted into his college of choice? They say the family that scouts together grows closer. How true is that? I love watching as my husband John, an assistant scoutmaster, works with the scouts in the troop. The pride he takes in helping those young men meet their own goals and succeed is worth the efforts we put in. Those moments of success are endless and timeless. The scouts I see in Summer Merit Badge program who have trouble getting things done, but then it all suddenly clicks into place for them. There are those scouts who just seem to be sauntering through the program and then get motivated to become Eagles. Then there is Wood Badge, where I get to see adult leaders set and reach their goals. What does this all mean in the end? I think the best way to express it is to quote a recent Eagle Scout who said that he didn't really know what to say, but I do know that scouting is my home. So thanks to everyone who helps make our scouting home a place to succeed.
Congratulations, Sharon. I have to admit, you always have caused me to get the verbal yips. Our next recipient is someone I highly respect and have had the pleasure of working with in a number of venues, particularly in Wood Badge, Peter D'Ambrosio. He's accompanied by his wife, Christine. His escorts are going to be his sons, Eric, and his Eagle Scout, and Greg Aylmer, and his reader is Barbara Rosenblatt.
Look who's calling old. Look who's calling who old.
Oh boy.
My most memorable moment was actually the accomplishment of a goal I set for my scouting life. When my sons were born, I wanted to be the best dad and role model. My goal was to see my sons become men and responsible adults that succeed on their own. I'm proud to say they achieve these things every day. I wanted to achieve the same goal with the Scouts, and I believe I was able to do so over the years. While attending summer camp, my son and his friends decided to take a sailboat merit badge. They had to take a boat out, flip it, swim away, swim back, right the boat, and sail back. As they flipped the boat, my first instinct was to help, but I fought that reflex and stood there and watched as they successfully completed the challenge. They worked together and succeeded. At a camporee that was themed Iron Chef competition, one of the major point considerations was adult involvement, or a lack thereof. The adults decided to leave the Scouts alone and see how they do. The surprise ingredient was jelly. The Scouts turned apricot jelly into a marinade and made apricot chicken over dirty rice. They made an original recipe, completely without us. To us, it didn't matter how they placed. They stepped up and came together as a patrol and succeeded. For your information, they won first place. I co-ran a spring camporee. My vision and theme was Scouts helping Scouts. I wanted Scouts running their troops, putting on demonstrations, visiting other troops, and helping each other without adult intervention. At the closing ceremony, I asked the SPLs to select a scout from their unit to come up and receive their patches. The first unit sent their youngest scout. He ran right at me with his hands held high. I assumed he wanted a double high five. I knelt down with my hands up to high five him, and he ran right into me, giving me a huge hug. Stepped back, shook my hand, and with the biggest smile, yelled, "This was the best camp out I'd ever been to." To me, all the troops succeeded. Whether a youth has success or not is not important to me. What is important is that they have the confidence to try.
Okay. Congratulations, Pete. I look forward to the time we can sit down together and share a can of Coke. That's an inside joke. Our third recipient is Bruce Dosher. He's here with his wife, Christine Shipman Dosher. His escorts will be son, Eagle Scouts Bruce Dosher, and daughter-in-law, Danielle Dosher. His reader is Scouter Bob Bowden.
Congratulations to my fellow awardees. I am humbled to be in your company. Thanks to the selection committee for the greatest honor I have ever been awarded. My greatest thank you goes to my family, Bruce, Andrew, and most of all, Christine. They have heard I have a scout meeting tonight more times than any patient person should. As a Friends of Scouting presenter, I went to a number of Boy Scout troops and Cub Scout packs each year to discuss the Council's fundraising goals and the opportunities for members of each audience to participate. Some days were better than others, and over time I was able to figure out what I had to do to be more productive and consistent. Most of the presentations were at award ceremonies. Boy Scout troops would invite me to their courts of honor. Cub Scout packs would invite me to their blue and gold dinner. As you know, these are festive occasions well attended by family and relatives who are all potential donors to Scouting. One late spring, I went to a Boy Scout troop that was about to go to the Philmont Scout Ranch in New Mexico. Philmont is a premier destination for Scouts. It is a wonderful place, but it's expensive to get there. It can take 2 full years of fundraising to pay for the trip. This troop was doing its final pack inspections the night I was there. The following day, they were all going to the airport and would fly out to New Mexico. Oddly, there was little or no excitement or nervousness. Most of the scouts and adults had high-quality new camping gear and clothing. It indicated that the people in this troop were in good financial shape. I was a little surprised at how laid back they all seemed to be for such a big trip. About 2 weeks later, I had another presentation to give to a troop about 15 miles away from the first troop. This group had been to Gettysburg in the previous month, and their court of honor was to present all the merit badges and patches associated with their trip to that national battlefield. The scouts each got their patches and merit badges. The scoutmaster then awarded the Gettysburg patches, 4 patches interlocked to become 1, to the adults who went. The adults were ecstatic. Moms were holding their patches above their heads as if they were at the Olympics. The idea was to thank those who drove the approximately 5-hour trip each way. We all can guess how long those 5 hours can be. The idea worked. The next order of business was the troop's upcoming week at summer camp. Where? Baiting Hollow Scout Camp, thank you very much. Most of the people in this room tonight know full well how good a Camp Baiting Hollow is. It's great. If you saw these kids, you would wonder how anyone could underestimate it. It was the first time at summer camp for most of them, and, well, they were pumped. I asked to speak speak to the troop again just before the Scoutmaster closed the meeting. I told this troop that they had what no amount of money can buy. They had the spirit of scouting. They had the thrill of doing something brand new and the joy of accomplishment.
Bruce, thank you very much for all you do and for all the people you work with for our youth. Our fourth honoree is Joseph Fatuzzo, who's here with his wife, Bridget. His escorts will be Scouter Christine Martin and Scouter Billy Joe Voza. His reader is son and Eagle Scout, John Fatuzzo.
In my many years of being a Scouter, there are so many fond memories I have. Notable experiences that include helping Scouts and Scouters become better leaders, being part of a Scout's journey to Eagle, reveling in the good things as well as being supported and supporting those in times of difficulty, making lifelong friendships and connections, and being part of something larger than myself and being enriched for it. There is, however, one memory that has made its mark on me, and I doubt I will ever forget it. Jack Fitzgerald was Troop 399's founding Scoutmaster, and being somewhat close neighbors with the Fitzgeralds over the years, my wife Bridget and I became friends with Jack and Carol, his wife, long before I became a Scouter and learned of Jack's scouting career, not only in North Babylon, but also in the local district and council, where he took wood badge training, was a merit badge counselor, and served on the district committee. When I became aware that Jack was diagnosed with throat cancer and informed the troop leadership, we decided to honor Jack by making him the subject of our 40th anniversary patch, for which we had been looking for a design. I asked Carol if Jack would be okay with us honoring him in this way and to use his image for the 3D embroidery, which he did and was very touched by the troop's effort to honor him in this way.
Sons Liam and Ryan, and then Karen is going to do the reading for him. Surprise, surprise.
I've spent many years as a den and pack leader for both of my sons, Ryan, age 15, and Liam, age 11. There are many memorable moments to recount with both of them, but the most rewarding are those quiet moments where they embody the values of being a Scout, unprompted and not because they feel they have to, but because they want to. When I've done my part in teaching them to live up to the Scout oath and law, and they rise to the occasion, that is very special. To be able to witness these moments or hear about these moments from others makes all these little moments memorable. Recently, I took a family ski vacation out west. My sons and I decided to take a double black diamond trail through the woods. The boys got separated and I had to make a choice as to which boy I went after. In a split second, I made the choice to follow my younger son, Liam, hoping that Ryan, being older, would be able to make it down the backwoods by himself and to his mother safely. The good news is that everyone found their way out of the trail. When Ryan recounted how he found his way out, I beamed with pride to hear how brave he was in a scary situation. I'm not sure he understood the gravity of skiing out of bounds on a mountain he's never been and separated from his family. Not only did he stay calm, he assessed his surroundings, recounted his path, looked at the position of the sun, listened for important sounds, and made the decision to unstrap his snowboard and head in the direction the clues pointed him. He was correct in his assessment and hiked up the embankment looking for his worried mother. Now when I found Liam, who was way ahead of me, he was stuck in a few feet of powder and couldn't continue snowboarding. We were also pretty deep in the woods at this point. I thought this was a good teaching moment and asked him what he thought we should do. He said first it looked like they would both need to unbuckle and start hiking. He looked for a clearing in the woods and a path of packed snow so that we wouldn't sink on the walk back. He kept a calm demeanor and never panicked. I went over other clues with him in case he was ever in a similar situation. I was impressed with how he handled the situation. I attribute scouting to Ryan and Liam's bravery, quick thinking, and calm manner. It's times like this that make my years of working with scouting and youth, especially my sons, all worth it. As a scout leader, there are countless interactions with the kids, showing them what a scout means and how the scout laws apply to all aspects of their lives. So it makes it that much more rewarding when you see and hear them exhibit the confidence and standards we ask of all scouts. For me, that is when I knew all my son's scouting mentors, including myself, have done our jobs and will continue to do our jobs as role models in scouting. Our ski trip was only a moment, and not even a scouting moment, but how memorable their actions and how evident the skills they learned from scouting helped guide them through a life moment. I look forward to seeing their other life moments and how scouting has played a big role in each.
We got one more return in here.
Morning.
I would ask our honorees today to please stand. Ladies and gentlemen, the class of 2020. This Silver Beaver Court of Honor is now closed. To our honorees, congratulations to each of you. To those gathered here today, thank you for what you do. To all present, please take time to come forward at the end of this ceremony and to personally congratulate them as honorees for the class of 2020. And now the benediction. It's an interesting thing about benedictions. Everybody seems to say, benediction, yay, we're done. No, not really. Benediction, the good words, is more geared towards, and now it begins. We now move forward. All of us, our honorees, and all the Silver Beavers, and the youth that we get to work with. So, with great reverence, may the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May he lift you up and grant you peace now and forever. And all God's children said, amen. Amen. Ladies and gentlemen, give them a hand.
Welcome to the annual fellowship dinner, which isn't our normal dinner, but here we are. We finally made it. The purpose of this afternoon's event is to recognize our Honor Spirit Scouts. So could I ask everybody please stand and join me in the pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Scout salute. On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God of my country, to obey the Scout law, help other people at all times, keep myself physically strong. Scout law. Scout is trustworthy. loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. Thank you. Please seat. And I want all the moms to know that I made sure the nails on the Scout sign were very clean and all tidied up today. I just want to give a little insight into where the Scout Spirit Award came from. I've been on the dinner committee for a number of years, and I'm the activities chairman of the council. Andy and I were driving out, Andy Caleb and myself were driving out one day to council, I think, and I'm saying, you know, we have the fellowship dinner, and we honor all the adults, and we have all of these awards. We're here for the kids. So with a little conversation, a little developing, we came up with the Scout Honor Spirit Award, based on things that are somewhat parallel to the Silver Beaver, but not quite to that degree. And so now, those receiving the award, in case you didn't know that, this is a Suffolk County Council award. Each district chooses a scout, one scout a year from each district. So there's only 4 scouts who get this award per year. We're up to 12 scouts now. I think this is our 4th year. And, or that would be 16, right? I'm a smart guy. So that's where we're at, and we congratulate you for getting this, and now we'll move forward. I just wanted to let you know where it came from. Do we have, can we, all scouts in the room who received their Eagle this year? Are there any scouts who received the Eagle? Will you please stand? No Eagle Scouts? Okay. I can't hear you. Okay. And I guess now at this point, I will hand it off over to Lauren Vlachos, our second in charge of our great council here. Okay, Lauren? Okay.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone. I'm really glad that all of you could join us this afternoon as we recognize our Honor Spirit Award recipients. As Kevin indicated, my name is Lauren Vlachos. I'm the Assistant Scout Executive for the Suffolk County Council, Boy Scouts of America. And again, it's a real treat to have you guys all here. We have some amazing scouts in our presence who have really just gone above and beyond the call of duty. They exhibit the scout spirit. They make others want to follow them, be on their team. So I'm just really proud and excited to recognize the young folks that we have here today. And so, before I get to recognize you guys, there's a few other volunteers that I do need to say thank you to, because I had a lot of people who helped make this event happen. First, I want to thank Mr. Andy Caleb. He's standing in the back. He does a lot of great things for our council, and often behind the scenes. And so he was definitely instrumental in helping design this award and even getting the awards taken care of. In addition, Kevin, he's our chairman, and he makes sure all of our council activities are fun and exciting for our scouts. There's Lucy Savino. I don't know where Lucy is. Oh, she's back here. Lucy is amazing. Typically, when we actually have the fellowship dinner, she is what really organizes the entire event, makes sure that everything is perfect and that the food that we're all eating is delicious and wholesome. So Lucy does a lot of great stuff for us. We have a photographer, Mr. Frank Bailey, who's going to take amazing pictures, and he constantly shares and donates his services with us. So thank you so much, Frank. In addition, Mr. Brian McAuliffe. Brian as well really shares a lot of his talents and services with us. He's making a video today of the presentation, and we're going to be able to share that with you guys later. So thank you, Brian. In addition, Mark, Mr. Mark Bazinski. Mark does a lot as well for our council. He oversees the Silver Beaver Committee besides our membership committee, and really, again, he provided a great support to me as we tried to iron out how we were going to recognize your children. So thank you, Mark. My executive, Miss Kim Russell. So Kim is a rock star, and I'm not sure how many folks know this, but she really does go above and beyond. She was my, pretty much my right arm lady, making sure that these things happen, guiding me, actually making sure that I followed through on the things I said I was going to do. So thank you, Kimberly. I appreciate that. One of our our spirit winners, actually, his mom, Mrs. Debbie Falcon, went above and beyond for me as well. But she doesn't know this yet, folks. She's super crafty, and now that I know that, I know who I'm like, look, she just made all these for us too. But she made these beautiful awards for our scouts, and I'm so excited for you guys to get one because it's just really, it was amazing. So thank you, Debbie, for your hard work. Our council commissioner, Mr. Tim Green. Tim does a lot of great stuff to make sure that we have service provided to all of our units. He provides a lot of service to the professional staff as well. He guides and coaches us. So thank you, Tim. We really appreciate everything that you do for us. Another one of my executives, she couldn't be here today, but Miss Gina Carson, she also does a lot for me as well. She makes sure all the awards are taken care of, all those good things, that everything's in place. While it may look like I'm really doing things, I'm picking up the box and bringing it here. I'm the person out here getting to look pretty, but it was all these other people that really made this event possible. So again, I just wanted to thank all of them, and I really appreciated everybody's help. So thank you. So now to our main event, my friends. The first scout that I'd like to invite up with his family would be our scout from the Benjamin Talmadge District, Mr. Jason Harper. So this is Mr. Bobby Rabbit, and he's the Senior District Executive for the service area that Jason is a Boy Scouting, excuse me. So Jason Harper. My name is Jason Harper. I'm a 14-year-old Life Scout and Assistant Patrol Leader from Troop 64 in Quorum. I have been a Scout since Tigers, and I am passionate about continuing my Scouting career, Eagle and beyond. I am committed to continuing my community service through organizations such as my church, Good Shepherd RC, and I'm a member of the Seneca Middle School's National Junior Honor Society. As for recreational and academic activities, I like to participate in the school's drama productions. I enjoy playing musical instruments such as the clarinet, tenor sax, most percussion instruments, and a little piano. Oh, you don't play too many, right? Just a few. I am also in the select chorus in my school, and I'm honored to receive this award and will continue to work harder than I ever have to achieve my Eagle Scout rank and continue my community service to my town and my nation. Congratulations, Jason.
Yep. You can put yours down. Thank you. 2 quick shots. Here we go, everybody. There we go. Good. Big smile, happy faces. 1, 2, 3. Good. One more. Excellent. 1, 2, 3. Thank you very much.
Congratulations. Good work.
And I also just wanted to present Jason with this. It's a proclamation from the entire town of Brookhaven Town Council. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but basically they are proclaiming this Jason Harper Day in the town of Brookhaven.
Congratulations. Thank you, Bobby. All of our scouts as well are also receiving a proclamation from our county executive, Steve Ballone, as well, that they're being handed to. Our next scout that I would like to recognize is our scout from the Matinacock District, Mr. Michael Van Loon. Michael, will you come up with your family? Michael is a Boy Scout in Troop 125. Michael Van Loon is the Order of the Arrow 2020-2021 Section Northeast 2B Vice Chief and is responsible for training for the section. He's a Vigil Honor member of Shinnecock Lodge. He has served as a Chapter Vice Chief, Lodge Vice Chief, and Lodge Vice Chief of Program. He has also served as the Section Secretary and as a crew guide and facilitator on the National Leadership Seminar staff for the Northeast region. He participated in the National Training the Trainer program in Dallas, Texas, and is looking forward to serving on many additional NLS courses over the next years. Michael has also served on our National Youth Leadership Training staff for 5 times, as well as being the National Youth Leadership Training Senior Patrol Leader in the spring of 2019. Michael has gone to the National Jamboree, to NOAC, and most recently to Philmont Scout Ranch for the National Advanced Youth Leadership Experience, and also a trek with his troop. Michael is currently a junior assistant scoutmaster and has served as a senior patrol leader, an assistant senior patrol leader, a patrol leader, and a scribe of Troop 125 in Comac. Michael, you are on your way to being an adult leader. You got lots of hats, my friend, lots of hats. He is a member of Venturing Crew 872, and he's working to found a new Venturing Crew as well. Michael is an Eagle Scout with 6 palms and 51 merit badges. He is proud of his Eagle Scout project where his team built raised garden beds to help feed the hungry. College students at Farmingdale College will plant them each year with vegetables, and Island Harvest will donate the yield. Outside of scouting, Michael is the vice president of the class of 2021 at Comac High School. He is an international baccalaureate, diploma candidate, and recently was invited to participate on the International Baccalaureate Diploma Program and Advocacy Team for Comac. He has taken several advanced placement courses. He plays the violin, is a member of Spanish Science and History Honor Society. He has participated in an astronomy, computer, and chess club as well. Michael is a lead altar server at Our Lady Queen of Martyrs in Centerport. He has earned the Light of Christ, Ad Alter Dei, and the Pope Pius XII religious emblems. Our scout, Michael Van Linen. Our next scout comes from the Saginaw Coast District and is Mr. Joseph Falcon. There's a few people, right? Yep. I'm on it. Once I read Joseph's bio, if there are a few folks who want to say a few words or present something to him, feel free to come up. Okay? Joseph Falcon. I live in Islip Terrace with my parents, and I belong to Troop 205 and Venture Crew 762. I'm an only child and one of 5 grandchildren on my mom's side of the family. We're a close family. We get together often for dinners and celebrations because we live near each other. I'm a senior, well, now you've graduated. Graduated East Islip High School and am in college. My parents have been very involved in my scouting career. My dad and I have enjoyed many camping trips in 205 together. My mom was my den leader and then a committee member in the troop. I do not believe I would have achieved all that I have without their love and support, and I am thankful for all that they do for me. I became a Cub Scout in 1st grade because I saw a flyer about Boy Scouts. I noticed that the boys looked like they were having fun, especially shooting the flaming arrows. I went home and told my parents that I wanted to join Cub Scouts. That September, I went to my first Cub Scouting meeting, and the rest is history. I bridged over to Troop 205 in the 5th grade and enjoyed many experiences I would have otherwise never had a chance to participate in. I became a certified scuba diver, and I went to Sea Base in February 2017 with 9 other scouts and 2 leaders from my troop. In July 2017, I went with over 30 other scouts in my troop to the National Jamboree at the Bechtel Summit in West Virginia, where I had an opportunity to meet scouts from all over the country, even other countries as well. I became a member of the Order of the Arrow Secretog chapter with my Ordeal weekend in May 2015. I have completed the NYLT in April of 2017 and the Trail to Eagle Camp in August of 2017 as well, all at Baiting House Scout Camp. In Troop 205, I've experienced many different trips, but the ones that stand out the most in my mind were our trip in April 2018 to Washington, D.C., where we were able to tour the White House, thanks to my dad and Uncle Mike. The April 2014 trip to Annapolis and the September 2016 fishing trip to Camp Hero, those were great. Over the years, I have worked on 20 Eagle projects within the troop, and the September 2016 fishing trip to Camp Hero is one of my favorites. This past October, I had the opportunity to work as staff at the first Nightmare on Scouting Boulevard haunted event where I met scouts from all over Suffolk County, and I had a great time participating. I can't wait to see this event grow in the future. And this year, we're actually doing this event up here in our dining hall. So I hope you're going to be participating, Joe. Right now, I'm looking towards my future. I'm attending college and hoping to study history and secondary education. I would like to teach history in high school. I believe that history is important and should be preserved. I want to be the teacher that brings history to life for my students. I have had great role models. My history teacher, Mr. Davis, he has taught me that history can be so exciting. I plan to continue to remain active in Scouting and have recently joined Venture Crew 762, as well as becoming an Assistant Scoutmaster in Troop 205. I believe that Scouting has helped me to become the well-rounded person I am today and has taught me that you can achieve anything you set your mind to it. My hope is that everyone gets to have the experiences that I have had throughout my Scouting career, and even though I still have yet to shoot that flaming arrow, I will end with a quote from my Scoutmaster, Mr. Mark Basinski. The best is yet to come. Okay, so I know there's a few guests who also want to come up and present Joseph with something. So would you like to come up first? Come on up, gentlemen.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Congratulations and thank you to everyone in the Suffolk County Council for the great work that you do with our boys. Congratulations to all of today's honorees and especially your parents for your commitment to your children and to developing wholesome youth, wholesome young men in our communities. I'm here with legislator Steve Flotterin. My name is Tom Silney. I'm a county legislator in the area. Steve and I are both county legislators in the area that Troop 205 serves. And Mark, I think it's been one or two, maybe, Eagle Courts that I've missed in the 10 or 11 years that I've been here. So we've seen all of them. You and Glenn just do a wonderful job with the troop, as I know you know. And today we're here, Steve and I are here to help celebrate Joe's award. Debbie and Ray, you must be so very proud. Joe has been, I'm not going to rehash everything that, or anything really, that we've already heard. Joe, you'll learn as you go along that shorter is better. But I know it's getting long, I should shut up a little bit. But Joe has been a leader among leaders. He's looked up to by his peers, both in scouting and in school. And, you know, we just all know that he's going to do great things in the future. So this is just another step in the right direction for you, my friend. Congratulations. Thank you. Steve?
Good afternoon. I'm Legislator Steve Flotterin. I actually, from being an elected official, I've had the honor to be asked to be on the Sacatos District Board. And it is a total honor because you hear so much in the world, in the papers, which way is our country going, which way are our children's going. And to me, it's to solve a lot of it. This our world, our children, to make sure they go in the right direction, not the wrong direction. Is things like scouting. I know just knowing the values that the Falcone family has. Family, you always see the three of them together. Their life revolves around their family, developing their son, working with community, with these community groups. It's all of us together are the ones who are able to make our little boys into strong leadership men. And they did not do it alone. He didn't do it alone. It was all the people here. And we could solve almost everything in our community. And I really wish that, jokingly say the fake news, I wish they were here to see what's being done. Because this is how we move forward, work together. So, again, I cannot say enough. I've personally gotten to know this family from going to events. Every time I go to Troop 205, which has magnificent events. If you want to ever get any ideas how a troop does, presenting an Eagle Scout publicly, they do an amazing job. But again, congratulations, Joe. We've seen a lot of great things from you, from a little guy I'm waiting for you to someday hopefully become a teacher, because you're going to be a great role model from the experience you learned from your family and the Scouts. So congratulations and thank you. And I'd easily say, I just knew you had no more wall space. I used it, and I was trying to keep your taxes down and use less paper at the top.
We're getting together with the proclamation. Very nice. Look at me, guys. Good. 1, 2, 3. One more. Good. Let me just get out of the sun. Very nice. 1, 2, 3. Thank you very much.
Wait, Debbie and Ray, you should get in a photo here too. Oh, you're taking a picture.
Well, she's our press secretary.
Well, that's it.
Okay, now do you both want to get in there? You should get in there.
See you all. Excellent. Very nice, guys. Here we go. Look at me. 1, 2, 3. Excellent. Very nice. Good.
Thank you. Our last scout to honor comes from the Trailblazer District, and I would like to ask Mr. Bryce Russell to come on up. Congratulations, Bryce. I know, we're giving him
Don't make him hold it. Don't make him hold it.
So as you all can see, leadership comes in all sizes for our programs, from our Eagle Scouts making a difference to some of our younger Cub Scouts as well, exhibiting amazing scout spirit. Although Bryce has only officially been a scout for 2 years, he really has been involved in scouting since birth. Bryce comes from a long line of scouts and scouters. His grandfather, his dad, his mom, and his 2 brothers are all involved in scouting. It seemed almost natural for Bryce, at just a few months old, to don a handmade Cub Scout hat from his grandmother to tag along in his stroller for all of the various scouting events. And he has a picture of that, folks, so ask to see it. It's in the book. Of course, at that point in Bryce's life, he was not choosing to be a scout. He was just simply sitting back along for the ride. What makes Bryce the youngest recipient of the Honor Spirit Award is how he chooses to live by the Scout law every day, in and out of his uniform, and his passion for being a scout. Bryce is kind to everyone, and his helping heart shines even brighter when he's wearing his uniform. He loves to get into uniform and help his mom recruit new scouts, and I have actually seen this as well at events where Bryce is in there and helping everyone, explaining the activities that we're doing. Most kids would feel like they're being dragged along with mom again, but for Bryce, it's exciting and an opportunity to tell other kids how great scouting is. He's always excited to go to his tiger meetings, well now, you're a wolf, his pack nights and his outings, and is consistently an active participating. He is dedicated to helping his den and pack learn how to do the scouting way. After spending his first full summer at Cub Scout camp, Bryce has admittedly insisted to anyone that will listen that camp is the best place in the world because he gets to do scouting there. Although this is Bryce's first award, no one expects it's going to be his last. His friends and family look forward to watching him continue to grow into a remarkable young man, reaching for more advancements and accomplishments in scouting and throughout his life. Congratulations, Bryce. Lastly, I'd like to ask all 4 of my scouts to come back up. I'd like to get a photo with just the 4 of you to come up, and for our audience once again to really recognize these young individuals for all of their accomplishments. Yeah, just bring your little plaques.
Just slide over a little bit.
Scooch over.
Yeah, right. Good. This is our tallest one. Tallest one in the middle. So.
Back to back, boys.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Good. Just show me the plaques. Don't cover them with your hands. There you go. Mask down, please. Very nice. Here we go. Eyes on me. Big smile. Happy faces. 1, 2, 3. Good again. Good, good, good. Big smiles. 1, 2, 3. Excellent.
Will you all join me in congratulating them again? Great job, guys. Great job. Congratulations. And as we come to a conclusion to today's celebrations, I'd like to invite you all. There's refreshments in the back. Don't be bashful. I have more stuff in the house. So if you want 2 crackers, enjoy. Help yourselves. I'm really glad that you all came out today to recognize our scouts. They really are some amazing young people. And I wish you all stay healthy, stay safe, and enjoy. Be well. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks.